What is up, guys? Welcome back, or welcome to Running for Views. Today we're going to be talking about a 50-mile training plan for beginners. But before we get into that, did you know that 89% of you aren't subscribed? Hit that subscribe button or you're going to be running in a knee brace in your next ultra. You get me? Just kidding. Please subscribe. Thank you. If you're getting ready to run a 50-mile race, it can be a difficult thing to do. It's in that awkward place where it's too long to follow a marathon training plan and too short to follow a 100K or 100-mile training plan. So a couple months ago, I released a 50-mile training plan, and a lot of people were saying that it was either too time-consuming, too much mileage, or just too difficult for them. So today, I'm giving you the 50-mile training plan for beginners. This plan is perfect if you have a high-stress job, or if you're just getting back from injury, or if you just want to spend more time with your family. And it's a very simple and straightforward plan to follow. For this training plan, I took the original 50-mile training plan and just shaved off 30% from your weekly mileage, while still building up to a 50-mile week. So this training plan is meant for 50-mile races with under 7,000 feet of elevation gain. So if you're doing a more mountainous 50-mile, make sure to check out the original 50-mile training plan. This training plan, as always, follows the outline from Training for the Uphill Athlete, co-written by Kilian Jornet. Buy this book. It'll help you so much. Link in description below. And while you're down there, make sure to open up that 50-mile beginner training plan so that you can follow along with the video. So with that, let's start on weeks 1 through 4 of the training plan. So weeks 1 through 3 are intensity weeks. So we're coming in hot. So an intensity week means that you're going to be focusing more on that zone 3, zone 4 work than you would in a normal week. So as you can see, on Monday, we have an aerobic run of 3 miles that you're going to be doing at zone 2 pace. Tuesday, you have 4 miles of intervals. So for intervals, you're going to be doing 2 to 4 by 10 minutes in zone 3 with a 2-minute recovery jog between reps. And then if you have any additional mileage for that day, you can get those done in your warm-up and cool-down for this interval training. Wednesday is a 3-mile recovery run, which means that you're just going to be doing low zone 2 all the way down into zone 1 if you want to do that. Then on Thursday, we got hill bounding. So I did a whole video about hill bounding. I'll link it up at the top so you guys can go check out that video and then come back to this video and continue watching. But I'll give you a brief overview on what hill bounding is. So for hill bounding, you're going to want to find a 30% grade. So just the steepest thing basically that you can find. You're going to start by doing 2 by 30 seconds up that hill at zone 3 pace, followed by a 2-minute recovery jog between reps. Next, you'll do 2 by 20 seconds of hill skipping. So this is when you're going to be skipping up the mountain and then taking 2 minutes between reps. Then you'll have 6 to 8 by 10 second maximum power bounding. So this just means you're going to be taking long strides and trying to cover as much ground as possible in that 10 seconds, and then taking a 2-minute rest between reps. And if you still have extra mileage that you need to do during that day, you can get that done in warm-up and cool-down. Friday, we have another aerobic run for 3 miles, so zone 2 running. Then on Saturday, we have a 13-mile long run. So long runs usually take up 40 to 80% of your weekly mileage and are done at zone 2. And then on Sunday, you have a rest day, just take it completely off, no doing any cross training, just rest. And then you'll be doing this for the first 3 weeks of training. So elevation for these intensity weeks should be about 30% of your goal race's elevation. So this means if you're doing a 50-mile race that has 7,000 feet of elevation gain, you're going to want to do about 2,100 feet of vert per week. Then as you can see on week 4, we have a recovery week. So a recovery week just means that you're going to be taking days off as needed, taking it nice and easy, and just getting ready to go for these next upcoming weeks. So you're going to be taking 2 recovery days during this week and just focus on low intensity training. No intervals, no hill bounding, nothing like that. It also means that you're just going to be cutting vert by another 50%. So you're going to be doing 15% of your goal race's elevation during these recovery weeks. So next up, we got weeks 5 through 7. So during these weeks, you're going to be doing specificity weeks. So what specificity weeks are is just training specifically for your race. So you're going to be doing this by trying to get on similar terrain as your goal race, as well as doing back-to-back long runs. We're also going to be upping the intensity of interval workouts from zone 3 to zone 4. So as you can see on the weekend, I put those back-to-back long runs. So for that first one, it's going to be 14 miles followed by another 14 miles. So for these back-to-back long runs, you're going to want to do about 40 to 80% of your weekly vert during just these back-to-back long runs. And for specificity weeks, you're going to want to do at least 50% of your goal race's elevation. And then on week 7, we just have a nice recovery week. Then skipping down to weeks 8 through 12, we have more specificity weeks, 1 more intensity week, and some recovery weeks all mixed together. So in this block, as you can see on week 8, you have the option of doing a tune-up race. So I am anti-tune-up race. I think that they cause injuries, that you push too hard during them, they take too long to recover from, just a whole list of things. I think they're not good. But if you do want to do it, you can do it, and it's 25 miles for a tune-up race, or you could just do all that mileage in a long run, which I would recommend you do. So whether you decide to race or not race that weekend, your run should be done in zone 2. And you should have a goal of about 30% of your race's elevation just done in that one run. Then skipping down to week 12, as you can see, we're going to be topping off our training with 18-mile back-to-back long runs. So like I said earlier, these back-to-back long runs are not meant to be pushing yourself to the limits. It's just meant to be a good aerobic stimulus and get you running on tired legs like you'll be doing for the second half of your race. Next, we got weeks 13 through 16. So weeks 13 through 15 will be taper weeks. So this means you're going to be trying to maintain the fitness that you've built during this buildup of the training plan while still being able to recover in time for your race. So as you can see, we're going to be going back to zone 3 intervals during these taper weeks, and we're cutting hill bounding in half. And you're still going to be having a long run on the weekend. And then you know what time it is, race week, baby. So as you can see on Monday, we got 30-second intervals. So for these, you're going to be running for 30 seconds at zone 3 with a 3-minute recovery jog between these reps. These are just to keep the muscles sharp and keep the turnover quick so that you are ready to race. So you're gonna have 2 of these 30-second intervals mixed in with a few aerobic runs. And then on the weekend, you have your goal race. You are going to crush your 50-mile race, guaranteed, if you follow this training plan. But yeah, guys, that wraps up this 50-mile training plan for beginners. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments below and I will answer them there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. And if you liked the video, smash that like button, because 1 like equals 1 less 50-mile race you'll sign yourself up for next year.